going on, my friends? Cubs fan Han here for another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. How are you guys doing today? We got a big subject to tackle today, my friends. We're talking about the top 10 most impactful Zetas in Galaxy of Heroes. These are the Zetas that really take your characters to the next level, and in many cases, these characters are just straight garbage unless you apply the Zeta. And of course, the subject's a little bit too big for just me, and so I brought on the one and only legendary Darth Mullet to talk about it with me, aka It's Just Ian. What's going on, Darth Mullet?
What's going on, guys? I think you just saw my tacos, but don't worry about that. Yeah, Darth. Man, how you doing?
I'm just gonna start calling you Darth Mullet. I'm gonna will it to be true. I'm gonna call you Darth Mullet from now on until it is changed.
Until it actually happened. Okay, I'm down.
All right. Okay.
We'll see.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's talk about this list. Starting with number 10 on the list, we have got the one and only Fives. Now, Fives is on here, tactical awareness, mostly because of how many buffs you get from this. I mean, if somebody else dies other than Fives, you got the Zeta there, the whole team is just going to be absolutely disgusting. A counterpoint to that, of course, would be that, you know, you're just going to plan around that, right? And Fives is taunting. It's easy to just go for him first. However, you have to plan your whole strategy around the Zeta, and so to me, having Fives there is just one of those things you have to plan around, which makes him very meaningful.
Yeah, I mean, just what you said there, the extra stats you're getting here, very, very crucial. You know, you get speed, offense, HP, and protection. You know, it's so good for those counters, you know, especially now with gas. A lot of people getting gas now. You know, Darth
the whole
Revan's
community's getting gas. Yeah, we're all going to need some Tums, man.
Oh, we do. You're right there. We should get sponsors for Tums. Oh, that'd be... oh.
Class. Dude, that's like next level. Now I know you're a real YouTuber. So there's a sponsorship opportunity here.
Sponsor, dude. Oh yeah, I'm down. Yeah, dude. Go.
Tell us about number 9. Well, who's number 9?
So number 9, guys, is Emperor Palpatine. So
yeah,
he's down here on the bottom because he's outdated. He is an Empire. He's also Sith. And you look at those two factions. Empire is the outdated faction. I mean, you can also say a bit of the Sith is, but when you're talking about Sith, you're going to use, you know, outside of Vader. You can't use Traya because you want to use the Triumvirate somewhere else.
Right.
You can't use Darth Revan because you got to use them somewhere else. You know. So what are you stuck with? You're just stuck with Empire.
But
you have some other guys.
You can use Bastila Fallen.
You could. You know, that's a good point. She gets with her, I think, her unique Zeta even more of that potency, which even gets more debuffs going, which in turn. We haven't even talked about the Zeta on the lead. You get more TM whenever a debuff is gone. Or
you guys know what Palpatine does, but yeah, Bastila Fallen just takes Palpatine's Zeta and supercharges it because of all of the debuffs she gets out there. And we were actually talking about this. We've done like 50 takes of this video because it's late and we're both slap happy. But you were saying also, you know, it's actually really logical to do it in GAC, right? Because you can carve up that Darth Revan team and you're still going to have to use the same counter for it, whether Bastila Fallen is there or not.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, GAC, you're a little bit more limited, so yeah, you have to pull pretty much the exact same counters, or you pull, you know, the same counters, and then you can use her with Palpatine for sure. Yeah, it's totally doable. For sure.
All right, let's talk about number. Let's see here, 8 on the list. We have got Jolee. That looks pretty bad. I think this kind of goes without saying. You're going to revive all the Jedi on the team, but the caveat to this, of course, is that the Jedi are the only ones that are going to get revived. But look, this is the Zeta that if you try to use Jolee without the Zeta, you might as well not try. Like it's so critical to this character and everything that he does. And I'm seeing that a lot more in my Hyperdrive account because most people are using Jedi Revan. And those plebes that aren't using the Zeta on Jolee are pretty hot targets.
Well, I feel like I didn't mention this earlier, but with Jolee, he's a Jedi, right? And you're gonna get most people. You're gonna get Revan unlocked earlier, so the lifespan of the Zeta goes very, very long. You know, you're gonna get it early on.
Oh, I still use it.
Do the same Zeta, and it's gonna be exactly the same uses. You know, it's so good. I mean, just revives. You know, revives are just so good. That's all I gotta say about that. Revives.
B1 comes in at number 7. Tell us about B1. I think this one is, I mean, B1 without this, why use B1 without the Zeta?
It's just, it's just like one of those things, man. B1 with the Zeta, you get even more. You get 50 more. You get doubled the Droid Battalion stacks. Yeah. Insane. And what you're getting there with Droid Battalion is more offense for B1, and then with the Separatists, I'm pretty sure you're getting the tenacity and the critical avoidance. So very, very good. The more you have of Droid Battalion, the better off you'll be. Very, very good with Zeta.
Yep. This is, as far as like B1 is concerned, he's just an amazing character, especially if you relic him up. So you're gonna want to be using him. But if you don't have this Zeta there, his use is quite literally cut in half, and you can't have that. All right, number 6, we have got Brood Alpha. This is obvious. You get a whole other character for this Zeta. Now, you can summon the Brood or the Brute later on without the Zeta, and so that might be a caveat to mention. But with the Zeta, he's there immediately. He's pre-taunting right away. That's a huge swing in battle.
Pre-taunts, guys, there's something to look at, because I mean, just today in my GAC, I mean, this is probably a day in the future, but I was fighting, it wasn't Brood Alpha, but it was a pre-taunt Sith Empire Trooper in the Darth Revan. I about lost with my gas because I didn't have the right mods.
Wow.
And I was stuck behind a taunt, guys, and I have a Relic 7 gas, and I about lost.
Wow.
So just the pre-taunts.
That puts it in perspective.
Yeah, pre-taunts, guys, insane. For sure.
Pre-taunts. All right, Ian. It's just Ian, or Darth Mullet. Pre-taunts, 2020. The famous quote. All right, CLS It Binds All Things is number 5. You campaigned for this to be high on the list when we debated the list. Tell us about it.
I do think so. Like I said, when we were talking about TM, we have a lot on this list that is TM. This guy is like the epitome of a TM train. I mean, he feeds so much TM to your team. I mean, I would say the same for the Empire and Palpatine rather, but that's more outdated. CLS and Rebels, you have Han, you have Chewie, you have just those guys with a great ship. But when you put relics on those two, and even on CLS, those 3 can 3v5 a lot of these standard teams in JC, Crew, Karth, stuff like that. But what I'm talking about here is the Zeta with the TM. I mean, it's so impactful. It binds all things. I think it's whenever he applies a debuff, you get out and you get more TM. And also with his lead, it's not mentioned here, but it's still pretty dang good. I would recommend that. But the TM here is insane. I use it all the time to kill gases. It's just that good.
You kill gases.
Kill gas.
So CLS, did you just tell us that CLS is SWGoH?
You know what? I would say it is. It's pretty dang close.
You heard it here first. CLS is the way that you guys can combat gas. All right?
Do it. Yeah.
Just consult your doctor if you're pregnant or breastfeeding.
Oh, my God.
All right. Let's talk about number 4 here. We have got Emphas Nest in at number 4. Now, I actually, at a glance, thought Nest, we wanted to include her, and I thought maybe we'd include her a little bit lower on the list. But when you really think about what this Zeta adds, it's not just about that taunt ignore, which, by the way, it does add the taunt ignore, but it adds that stacking health recovery, or health steal. 2%. It just keeps going and going and going. And if you've got a high relic Nest, that becomes insufferable. And you can have insanely high tenacity placed on your Nest to avoid any of those debuffs that kind of counteract that. And so Nest is a character that it's awesome. I'm rolling just random footage right now for the video. We got Nest showcasing her beautiful solo abilities against Ewoks, which, it's just Ewoks. But Nest can solo a lot, and a lot can time out against Nest. This Zeta is just insane.
One thing, you cancel Ewoks, like people probably already know that, but most people don't know that a Relic 7 Nest can solo, I would say, not solo just her, but you get Kira, you get Hoda there. You can beat with just like 3 people, pretty much close to fully maxed, Padme team. Yeah. And also JKR, but without Bastila Shan there because of the extra potency. But I mean, just having that available in your arsenal, especially in the GAC, that's huge because you can place your Padme in defense. You can use either another team on defense. It opens up a huge door. And that Zeta with the attacking a turn or attacking other people because you don't have to worry about taunts and the health steal. Oh, it is beautiful.
No, she's a naughty girl with that Zeta. She's
naughty. Oh, you gotta watch out for her.
All right, let's talk about the next one on the list. We have got number 3, Padme. Speaking of. And this is her leadership ability, Unwavering Courage. Now, I want to give you a chance to talk about Padme, because I know you, if there's one thing I know about Ian here, Darth Mullet, you got this thing going with Padme, right?
It's always been there. I've always loved her. As of recently, I haven't given
all of us have. We're all with you.
Dude, Padme, guys. I mean, this team can beat everything in the game.
Yeah.
It's that insane.
Except for Solo Nest.
Oh, Solo Nest, dude. That's her Tums.
That's
it stops it. It's her Tums.
There you go.
But dude, so about Padme being every team in the game, yeah, she can. But this, when you're talking about the Zetas, oh baby, this is the one here for you. This is
the way.
It's the way for sure. This Zeta on the lead, you get protection up, right? Because of how her kit works. But what that means also with protection up, you can't get debuffed and you cannot get crit. Do you guys know how insane that is?
That's pretty insane.
Being able to not, you have like a built-in crit avoidance.
Especially against gas, no crits. Oh man,
dude. And the no debuffs. Yeah, she can counter gas like you're seeing right now. She can counter Darth Revan, everything.
Darth everything. There's so many quotes from you in this video. Darth everything. It's just Ian, 2020.
Dude,
Darth everything.
She's the Tums to everything I do.
Tums for everything. All right. Let's get the next one on the list. We've got number 2 is General Grievous Metalloid Monstrosity. This Zeta is what gives you nightmares. This is the kind of Zeta that makes me go to the bathroom prematurely whenever I kill a droid on a Grievous team, because he's coming. You kill anybody, he's coming. And it's one of those Zetas you have to plan around. You have to plan around it. If you kill too recklessly, Grievous will kill you, because not only does he get to come immediately take a bonus turn, that turn meter that we keep talking about, bonus turns, but he's going to have all his cooldowns reset, and so he's going to be using that big AoE, which at Relic 7 can just devastate people.
It is disgusting, yeah, for
You
sure.
have to have the Zeta. You have to have it.
This is a must-have. I mean, there's not much else to say about it. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So good.
Okay, we're not going to say anything else. Tell us about number 1. Wat Tambor! Woo!
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, so Wat Tambor, guys, you got to get him. I mean, yeah, he's gonna be behind that wall. Of
I recommend it.
GOTB.
You have to get him.
You have to, guys. He's a must-have now. I mean, you already see a lot of counters with him.
Yeah.
But just the usability behind him. And this Zeta, by the way, it's mass manufacturer. You get a bonus turn at the start of each encounter.
Yep.
So you can apply whatever you want. You get 3 pieces of tech. You have the tank tech for the permataunt. You have your weapon tech with ignoring defense, doing way more damage and more TM. And then you have the other one, which isn't as good, but it's still good. You get more HP protection.
Right.
And you can use one of those instantly, at the start of a turn. It's just, it's so good. And with that being said, I just feel like, Watt might, with Galactic Legend, Rey, Kylo, I'm calling it right now. I think they're going to do something to Watt. I really do feel like it, because that tech is so instrumental to theory crafting that with this, people are going to spend and put it behind a paywall. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
You can tell. They're going to do something to ensure that nobody can counter this unless you have another version of that, either Rey or Kylo team. I'm calling it right now.
We're kind of talking generally about Watt here. The Zeta itself definitely just makes him what he is. But the rest of his kit is just phenomenal. And if you're not in a guild that's getting you a lot of Watt shards, it's one of those things where I think you should probably move and get into a guild that's going to give you those shards that you absolutely need, because he's so instrumental in so many things right now, and we've seen him in so many. So anyway, there you guys go. We got the full list here, 1 through 10 most impactful Zetas in this game. What did we snub? Let us know down in the comments below what should have been on here that Ian and I are just terrible people for leaving out. Ian, before we close the video, any closing thoughts on the list?
Dude, I think we pretty much nailed all the ones that I would think that are the most impactful. I think we really did. They're really, really good ones.
Ian stands by it. I stand by it. Now we'll brace ourselves for the comments. All right, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go check out It's Justine if you haven't already, and like this video, because likes, every time you like this video, a kitten purrs. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me for the video. And as always, my brothers, don't forget. I don't know where I came up with that. That was kind of weird.